Lads, are you really happy with where you are in life right now? Like, truly happy, based on the goals you used to have as a kid, when you were dreaming big before society squashed your brain into a little hole? Are you happy? Do you have the physique you always used to want? Are you as far ahead in your career or that business venture you always dreamt of? Are your finances where they need to be? Are you living the life you always dreamt of? Have you got the location freedom without needing to check your bank balance? Are you in the relationships you always desired with the best partner possible? Like, guys, come on. The reason you guys aren't where you want to be is simply down to one thing, which is consistency. We've got to transfer you from this motivation ridden work, which is all sporadic and in short bursts and then to nothing, to consistent daily work, which is sustainable. And I've actually just done a little diagram here. Like this top one, a lot of you guys are going to relate to. It's like a lot. Motivation, sporadic, high intensity bursts for maybe a couple of days, a couple of hours, a couple of weeks, and then down to nothing. Then little bursts randomly. We want to be option two, guys, and this is exactly what we're going to do in this video, because this is the process that will completely change your life. When I went from this to this, that's what allowed me to build my physique. That's what allowed me to build my mindset, my business, my lifestyle, to just be able to do whatever I want when I want. It'd have a huge impact on thousands of guys every year. It doesn't come from sporadic action when we've got motivation. We've got to completely shift you into the daily habits, guys. And we're going to run through the 6 principles that actually allow you to be consistent. And without them, you're going to make it virtually impossible to do so. So let's get straight into it, guys. I don't want to mess around. I don't want to waste your time. I want you to watch the entire video. I want you to use all 6 principles, and I want you to action them straight away and get to work, right? That's it. Number 1, what do we need to actually be consistent at? That's something you've actually got to think about, guys, because everyone's like, I need to be consistent. But consistent at what? You need to actually figure out what are the essential things. What's high leverage? What's actually going to be the thing that moves you forward? That's something you do have to figure out before you even talk about consistency. So if your goal is to build a physique, for example, well, okay, what are the things you need to be consistent at? Bring it down to its leverages. It's really not that hard, guys. It's the training and it's the nutrition. So we need to be consistent at the macros, and we need to be consistent with the training and the movement. It's that simple. If it's a business, it might be that you've got content or you've got lead generation, or just the simple, obvious things, guys. You don't want to try and be doing 100 things consistently. You want to pick your highest leverages. So I would always say, guys, like, pick the 2 highest leverages with you creating your best self, which is going to be your training and your nutrition. And then regarding your career, pick the 2 highest leverages again, right? It's that simple. So once we've got these highest leverages, then we need to figure out for principle 2, how can we plan this into a space in our diary so we make it non-negotiable? We want to remove all negotiation and conversation in our head regarding when we choose to do these things. So we make it daily. I always say this to anybody that's struggling with consistency, and they're saying, oh yeah, I don't know if I can manage to do it 4 times a week or 3 times a week or once a week. I'm like, okay, well, what would need to be true in order for us to do it every single day? That's what you need to bring it back to. So it's like, okay, we're going to have to probably subtract a few things from the diary, or we're going to have to make time by staying up later or getting up earlier. I would rather you get up earlier, pull that gap into the morning, maybe a 4 a.m. till 6 a.m. window, and we work them into there. So plan a time. Let's say it's the training and we need to work that in. Okay, 5 a.m. till 6 a.m. every single day, we'd have a block to train. Yes, maybe only 5 of them are going to be resistance, but the block's there every day. We go to the gym every day, but maybe on 2 days we just do cardio. But it's the fact that we've just removed negotiation from when we figure out if we're going to do it or not. Maybe it's the body weight exercise if we can't, but that block is still there and nothing else is going to interfere with that. The third thing we're going to talk about is managing emotions. This is so important, guys, because effectively you've got this window where most people will take action in this window, okay? but their emotions are going massively under it and massively over it. So they're going to have days when they feel bad, they feel pissed off, they feel moody, they feel low in energy, and they're below this window, they're down here, and now they're not going to take any action. And then they're going to have days where they have a huge win and they feel on top of the world and they also don't take action. So a prime example of this, guys, is with the wins, someone's just lost 2 pounds overnight and then they go off the macros, they go off the training because they're ahead of themselves, they're buzzing, they think they've won before they've won, and all their actions are attached to the emotion. So now they stop doing the work and then they go backwards. It might be with the finances. Oh, amazing, we just made a 3K payment today. Wow. But most people, when they make that 3K payment for the first time, then stop doing the work for 5 days because they think they've made it and now they don't need to work because they've just made 3K in a day. That's ridiculous, guys. Likewise, on the days where you feel down, you might have had an argument with your missus and like, oh, I'm not working. Something bad's happened. Oh, we're not made any money today. Oh, I didn't lose 2 pounds today. And then they don't take action again. So what you guys need to do is learn to disassociate and just remove the need to even bring emotion into this action game. Like the window, which most people have, is tiny. And then if they feel above, they don't. And if they feel below, they don't. We need the whole scope action. No matter where your emotion is, you take action. And then over time, we want to almost mitigate how we manage emotions in general. But action happens regardless of emotion. Okay? Now, the fourth one I want to talk about is setting your own standards for action taking. So this is about removing society norms, because a lot of lads get complacent when maybe they're going to the gym 4 times a week. Maybe they're a little bit leaner than their mates. Maybe they're earning a couple of grand a month extra than their mates. But they're comparing it to the mates who don't have the dream life. So they're getting complacent. They're thinking they've won before they've won again. And now they're not taking enough action and they stop with the consistency. This is the problem, guys. You are not the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You are the average of the 5 people who you allow to influence you the most. And you have the complete choice to figure out who they are. Now, most people do just let that be the people in proximity to them, who may be their parent, it may be their brother and their 3 mates who aren't where they want to be. And now they're being influenced by people who haven't achieved what they want to achieve. Now, guys, we've got the power of social media these days. And you can go on social media and you can find guys who have achieved the goals that you want to achieve. And they will showcase their daily habits. Every single day, guys, I showcase the behind the scenes, the daily habits on how I've built my physique to where it is, on how I've worked with over 1,000 guys in their personal development, how I've turned over 7 figures, how I've got my place in Dubai, how I continue to grow day after day, week after week. The books I read, the mentors I've worked with, it's all shared. And you have the ability to choose who you watch. So guys, I would literally go on your social media. You don't need to unfollow everybody. I would just mute everyone's stories and posts who aren't ahead of you, and just pick a handful of guys who have a mindset you'd like to adopt, who have achieved goals you'd like to achieve, and simply just watch those and let them be your influence. Like, I promise you guys, no one I'm in physical conversation with on a daily basis is my influence. My influencer comes from above, right? My influence all comes from mentors or people from social media who are doing even better. That's what it's all about. And now no one's actually walked the exact path I want to take, but I can pull areas of certain bits. Maybe this person's really good in relationships. Maybe this person's killer with business. Maybe this person's got really great results with clients. Maybe this person's got the best physique, the best health, the best mindset, whatever it may be. And you can just extract, but you need to be pulling information from above, guys. It doesn't rain upwards, it rains downwards. So make sure you're reaching up for it, guys. All right? Don't let what you see physically influence the action and the consistency you take. You set your own norms. The 5th thing, you need to get very good at saying no. Most people just say yes to everything. So what you need to do before we even get into saying no is you need your diary fixed out. All right. It needs to be just non-negotiable. This is where you're training. This is where you're meal prepping. This is where you're working on your business. You might be full-time on your business right now. You may be in your 9 to 5 and you got a side hustle, but all your 9 to 5 work, or all your current work, all your side hustle work, all your study, it's packed in the diary for consistency daily, non-negotiable. Now, you may want to do a half day on a Saturday or an evening on a Friday or a morning on a Sunday. I would say just pick one half day or one quarter day where you say, no, that's going to be blocked out for social. But only in that time, if someone asks, oh, do you want to go grab coffee? Oh, do you want to go out to the club but not drink? Oh, do you want to go for a meal? Only in that window that's in there, that's the only time you say yes to people. And it's still only if it's aligned. If it's not aligned, don't say yes. Most people have the gym planned in, or they have some work they were going to do planned in on their business, or they have some study planned in. And then someone says, oh, do you want to go grab coffee? Oh, do you want to go out tonight? Yes, yes, yes. And you're running around and you're wondering why you're not being consistent. It's because you don't have the fucking bollocks to say no to somebody. You've got to grow up. It doesn't matter if you love the person, if you like the person, if you hate the person. Nobody gives a fuck. Just say no. It's not that deep. Honestly, it could be my mum, it could be my missus, it could be my best mates. And if they say, do you want to do something at 2 p.m. tomorrow? I'm like, fuck no. Like, oh, it's really cool though, Tom. Fuck no. No, I don't, because I've got this planned in my diary. And it's that simple. And when it's non-negotiable, people will respect you 10 times more. And you respect yourself. Your self-worth will go up. And you just doing the actions daily, which is what leads to it, guys. If you stop putting bricks down on a house, the house doesn't get built. You've all seen that building site, guys, where it just looks like an abandoned fucking wreck. That's what most of your lives look like right now, because you give up. You just leave all the fucking tools and you go fuck off. You've got to stay and put the bricks down every day, guys. That's what it's about. All right. Every time you say yes to somebody else, you say no to your goals. And I will never fucking say no to my goals, because when I hit my goals, I'm going to be better for everybody else. So give up saying yes to everybody else. Like, all they're going to do is they're going to think you're a pussy and you're not that serious about your own shit. Right. They may argue with you at the time. They may say, oh, you softy, but they respect you when you just say, no, I'm working. No, I'm in the gym. All right. The only time I might say yes is like if it's in flow with what I'm doing. So if I'm training at 5 a.m. tomorrow and someone says, hey, do you want to train? If I think I want to do, I'm like, yeah, I'm already there. Cool. But I'll never go away from my own plans. And that, again, guys, is just a mindset shift. The sixth and final one is change your belief systems, guys. So most of you are telling yourself a story, which is the reason you're not consistent anyway. You're telling yourself, oh, I can't be consistent with my training because of my shift pattern. I can't hit my macros every day because sometimes I work away, I'm in a hotel. Bullshit. Yes, you can. You can do whatever the fuck you want if you tell yourself. And that's the biggest thing that changed for me. You've got to change the story you're telling yourself. It's just limiting beliefs, which lead to fuck all action, which lead to fuck all results. You've got to change that into a positive affirmation where you believe you can make it happen no matter what. That will lead to positive action consistently, positive results, and snowball and snowball and snowball. That's what it takes. It's a mindset shift. So always listen carefully, be self-aware of the stories that you are telling yourself, because the stories you tell yourself is your reality today. And that might make you a little bit butthurt, like a little fucking thumb up the bum, but it's what you fucking need, guys. Like, you are exactly where you are right now because you've told yourself the shittest story ever. Make it a fucking good one. Your brain does not know what's true. If you tell yourself you're going to build the best physique, you're going to have the best life, the future's the future, guys. Nothing's done already. Like, nothing's physically happened because it's the future. So why tell yourself it's going to be shit and you will make it shit? You've got to realize it all starts in your mind. And this is why I'm a big preacher of having the daily habits that raise your frequency, raise your belief, raise your worth. The training, the push-ups, the macros, the no vices. This is what it's all about, guys. So just to summarize, Consistency at specific tasks. So getting aware on what the tasks are you actually need to do and just removing the unnecessary tasks. That's all about, right, you might have 10 stocks, but if 2 of them are the most leverageable, just do those consistently every day. Fuck the others off, guys. Like everyone's like, oh, my supplements. I'm like, fuck them off. Just hit your macros and train hard. You know, that's all you need to do. Daily actions in the diary. Make it daily so you can't miss. There's no conversation on what days you're doing what. You're doing it every fucking day, and you pick a spot in the diary, or you make space, you get up earlier, so it's done every single day. I promise you guys, there is not things I do on a Wednesday but don't on a Saturday. I do all of my growth focused actions, whether it's business, whether it's fitness, whether it's health, every single day, non-negotiable. Okay? Third thing, managing emotions and disassociating. So no matter how you're feeling, you could have just had the biggest argument with your girl and you're still going to go to the gym session. You're still going to go work in your business. You're going to be like, look, I know we just had the biggest argument, but I'm off to grind, right? It doesn't fucking matter. Set your own standards for performance. You know, look up, guys. Don't look down at what the shit people are doing. Don't stop because you think you're ahead of all these fucking losers. They're called losers for a reason. They're fucking losing, right? But just because there's losers below you doesn't mean you're winning. You're still only fucking here and you're just looking at these. You need to be looking up here, guys, right? All the time. As soon as you box a goal off, look up again. Like, I feel further from my goals now than I ever have because I realize the more and more I've done, the bigger the opportunity there is up there. Get good at saying no and increase that belief system, guys. Tell yourself the correct stories. And this video, guys, this video is simply just to show you guys, like, look, it might not be easy at the start. Like, think of a plane, right? When you're taking off a plane, it uses a lot of fuel, right? It might be a little bit hard those first few days to get in momentum, to use that fuel, to get in flow state. But once you've got to altitude, guys, you're just going to be cruising. And these systems, to be consistent, if you just have these written down and you do these and you ensure you're getting better at these, every single day, your life will change forever. Because it's not about that sporadic burst. It's not how hard you can go one day. It's about showing up every day, brick by brick. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Let the daily habits compound every single fucking day. Let's get it, lads. Remember, guys, I've got your back. I'm watching. We're grinding. We're on this mission together. Let's get to the fucking top.